I want to take the single most common complaint I hear from business owners and prove to you that it is almost never true. Here it is. My prices are too high. People keep telling me I am too expensive. I am losing deals on price. If I just came down a little, I would close more. I've heard some version of that 1,000 times, and I am telling you, most of the time, it is a lie. Not a lie you are telling on purpose, a lie the situation is telling you. Because here is what is actually happening. You are not too expensive. You are selling to the wrong people. You have got a great offer sitting in front of somebody who was never going to buy it at any price. And when they say you are too expensive, what they actually mean is, I am not the right customer for this. And you hear price, so you drop your price, and now you have a worse business and the same problem. So today I want to give you a completely different way to see this, because your sales problem is usually a positioning problem wearing a disguise. 3 moves to figure out who you are really for and to stop bleeding money trying to win people who were never yours. Let us get into it. Move 1. Understand that every market is a pyramid. Picture any market you are in and split it into 3 groups, not by how much money they have, but by what they care about most when they buy. At the bottom, the biggest group, about 60% of the market, these are the price buyers. The question in their head is simple. Can you do this cheaper? They shop around, they decide fast, they are not loyal, and they will leave you the second somebody down the street is $1 less. There is nothing wrong with this group, but to win here, you have to be built for volume and razor-thin margins. Think fast food. Think the cheapest oil change in town. In the middle, about 30%, these are the value buyers. Their question is different. Is this the right fit for me? They will happily pay more for quality, for trust, for a clear result, for not having to worry about it. They read reviews, they ask for referrals, and here's the important part. For most local, service-based businesses, this middle tier is the sweet spot. Healthier margins, better clients, people who actually appreciate the work. And then at the very top, about 10%, the premium buyers. Their question is not, can you do it cheaper? And it is not, are you a good fit? Their question is, are you the best? Price is barely a factor. They are buying transformation. They are buying certainty. They are buying done for me so I never have to think about it again. Fewer clients, much higher margins, but you have to be genuinely undeniable to play here. Now here's the whole point of move 1. No tier is better than the others. There is real money in all 3. A drive-thru and a Michelin star restaurant are both great businesses, but each of them picked a tier and built the entire business around it. The trap is never which tier you are in. The trap is being accidental about it, and most owners have never once consciously chosen. So the first move is just to see the pyramid and ask yourself honestly, which of these 3 am I actually built for? Move 2. Make the 4 things agree. This is the one that fixes the too expensive problem, so stay with me. In your business, there are 4 things that each point at a tier, whether you meant them to or not. 1. Your position, who you say you are for. 2. Your offer, what you actually sell and how it is built. 3. Your marketing, the message you put out and where you run it. And 4. Your sales, the conversation you have and the price you name. When all 4 of those point at the same tier, selling feels almost easy. The right people show up already half sold and you rarely discount. When they fight each other, every single sale feels like pushing a rock uphill. Let me show you the 3 most expensive mismatches because you are probably living in one of them right now. Mismatch 1. A top-tier offer with bottom-tier marketing. You built a premium service, you do beautiful work, but all your advertising screams price. Best deal in town, discounts, specials. So who shows up? Bargain hunters who cannot see the value you are actually offering, and they grind you on price because that is the only thing your marketing taught them to care about. You attracted the wrong tier with your own message and then blamed your prices. Mismatch 2. A bottom-tier price with top-tier expectations. You charge cheap to win the deal, but the clients who come in for cheap want white glove everything. They want the premium experience at the discount price, and you cannot afford to give it to them, so everybody ends up resentful and you burn out. You trained them to expect a Ferrari and handed them a coupon. Mismatch 3, and this is the quiet killer. You are a perfect fit for that middle 30%, the value buyers, but you are invisible. You sound exactly like every competitor. Same words, same photos, same "we care about quality." And when a customer cannot tell the difference between you and the next guy, they have only one tool left to decide: price. You did not have a price problem. You had a sameness problem, and it showed up disguised as a price problem. So move 2 is the fix. Pick your tier on purpose and then go make all 4 things agree. Point your position, your offer, your marketing, and your price at the same customer. When they line up, the too expensive complaint mostly disappears because the people hearing your price are finally the people it was meant for. Move 3, and this is where it gets real. You do not drift up the pyramid, you decide up. A lot of owners hear all this and go, "Great, I want to be premium. I want those 10% margins." Good, but wanting it does not move you. Wishing you were more premium while changing nothing just leaves you exactly where you are, with fancier goals. Moving tiers is a decision you back with 4 specific changes. 1. The offer. Package a bigger, clearer outcome. Move from "I do a task" to "I deliver a result you can feel." Move from "done by you" to "done with you," and eventually "done for you." The higher the tier, the more you are selling the outcome and the less you are selling the hours. 2. The message. Stop talking to everyone. Speak directly to the result and to the specific buyer you actually want. The message that attracts the premium client is the same message that repels the bargain hunter, and that is a feature, not a bug. If your marketing does not gently push some people away, it is not pulling the right people in. 3. The price. Set it for the tier you are building for, not the tier you are scared of. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Your price is a signal. Price too low for a premium promise, and people do not think bargain, they think something must be wrong. The price has to match the story. And 4. The proof. This is the one people skip, and it is the one that makes the other 3 believable. If you are going to charge more and promise a bigger outcome, you have to show the receipts, the results, the specific stories, the before and afters, the names. Proof is what lets you raise your price without lowering your close rate. You do not just claim the tier, you earn it with evidence. So let me bring this together, because I do not want this to be a nice idea you nod at and forget. Here is your homework for the week, and it is 4 quick questions. Answer them honestly. 1. Where does your main offer actually sit today? 60, 30, or 10? 2. Who is your marketing actually speaking to? 3. Who is your price really built for? And 4. Where do you want to be a year from now? If your first 3 answers are not the same tier, congratulations, you just found the single biggest leak in your business. That gap between who you are built for and who you are actually attracting is where all the pushing and all the discounting is coming from. And it is fixable, but only once you can see it. Because here is the real difference. Selling to the right tier feels like service. You are just helping someone who was already a fit. Selling to the wrong tier feels like pushing, like convincing, like begging. And pushy is almost never a personality problem. It is a mismatch. It is the right offer in front of the wrong person. Fix the aim and the whole thing gets quiet and easy. Same you, same offer, completely different result. Now, if you want the tools to actually do this, the tier worksheet, the congruence check, the templates to rebuild your offer and your message around the buyer you actually want, that is all waiting for you inside the Small Business MBA. It is genuinely free. No card, no trial, no catch. Everything you need to stop competing on price and start choosing your customer on purpose. And if you are someone who runs operations for a living, if aligning the whole machine around the right customer is your craft, then I want to point you somewhere else too. We are building the National Board of Operations Professionals, the first real standard and credential for operators, and we are building it in the open with the people who actually do the work. If that is you, come get involved. But whatever you do this week, stop dropping your price to win people who were never yours. Go find the tier you are actually built for, point everything at it, and let the right customers find you. You are not too expensive. You have just been aiming at the wrong people. Fix the aim. I will see you in the next one.